Hey Bayek, it's me Ian, and in today's video I'm continuing my look at the X-Files, and we're on the third season. This is Quagmire from 1996. Previously we had Avatar, and the next one will be Wet Wired. So this is episode 22 from season 3, and it's a Monster of the Week story. Now, it was transmitted on the 3rd of May 1996 on Fox, and then on the 30th of July 1996 it was transmitted on Sky, and then on the 20th of November 1996 on BBC One. Now, it's written by Kim Newton, who is a writer and producer. The previous one that he had written was Revelations from this season. Also this, which was episode 11 actually. Also, he was assisted by Darren Morgan in the writing of this as well. But that was it then. That's it. No more for the X-Files. But he had carries on in a great career, doing a lot of TV series and films as writer and producer. Now, it's directed by Kim Manners again. What a great servant Kim Manners was to the X-Files, directing so many episodes, 52 episodes. That is absolutely amazing. 52 episodes directed by this Kim Manners. And of course, it's produced as usual by Chris Carter, who is the showrunner. We'll go through the cast. We've got David Duchovny playing Fox Mulder. We've got Gillian Anderson playing Dana Scully. We've got Chris Ellis, who plays the sheriff, Lance Hinnott. Now, he has quite a few film appearances, which is interesting. Days of Thunder, 1990. My Cousin Vinny, 1992. Apollo 13, 1995. These are some great films. Con Air, 1997. Godzilla, 1998. Armageddon, 1998. Planet of the Apes, 2001. Tim Burton's film. He was in Catch Me If You Can, 2002. The Island, 2005. The Devil Rejects, 2005. Transformers, 2007. Amazing amount of films. Die Hard, 4.0, 2007. He was in The Dark Knight Rises, 2012. The Guest, 2014. What Still Remains, 2018. And Silo, 2019. That is such a lot of great films. Amazing. Where some of these actors, what they did after the X-Files, absolutely amazing. Then we've got Timothy Webber, who plays Dr. Paul Faraday. He was in The Prize Fighter, 1979. Terror Train, 1980. That's My Baby, 1984. Millennium, 1989, a film I just love, and I've got it in my collection. I love Millennium. It's so good, but not many people, I don't think, know about it enough, really. It's totally underrated, maybe because it's not known about. Um, then we've got One Last Dance, 2003, Afghan Luke, 2011, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, 2011, and War of the Planet of the Apes, 2017, and then Light of My Life, 2019. And again, you just look at this act, and there's so many TV series and TV films as well. Amazing. Then we have got Mark Aitchison, who plays Ted Bertram. Now, he was in Look Who's Talking, 1995. Look Who's Talking Now, sorry. I have to put the now is important. Yes. Then The Never Ending Story 3 from 1994. The 13th Warrior, 1999. Elf, 2004. The Chronicles of Riddick, 2004. Hot Rod, 2007. Watchmen, 2009. 1922, which was in 2017. And Peter Pan and Wendy, 2023, which was the Disney live action version. Yes. Say too much more about that one. Yeah. And then again, there's so many TV series and TV films. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So, the locations are interesting as well in this. We've got Buntseen Lake, which is in North Coquitlam, and then Pitt Lake, which is in it's the north of Pitt Meadows, British Columbia, of course, all these. Rice Lake, Seymour Demonstration Forest. Some of these very interesting. Demonstration Forest, what that means. And those are the main locations. Right. So let's just talk a little bit about the story. Now, this is really a story of, I suppose, you could call it, literally is a monster of the week story. It's a Loch Ness monster story. That's a way to describe it, yes. So, they're investigating a series of deaths at this lake in Georgia. And of course, the locals surrounding it saying it's a sea monster who happens to be called Big Blue. And they say it's Big Blue who's responsible for all these deaths. And so you can see they've built up quite a sort of tourist thing about this lake. It is reminiscent of the Loch Ness Monster. They're cashing in the locals on all this. But what is really the cause of all these deaths? And we do find out, and I'm not going to reveal what it is, because it seems actually quite logical, actually, the ending. In a way, it's not so much as a surprise, but it's something that you might, it's not out of the way, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. But I think this story, when you look at it, it's one that had a mixed reception, even though it has a lot of positive reviews for, I think, a certain scene in this. There's still a feeling that some of the critics, I don't buy this at all. What I'm saying is the scene where the boat has sunk and Mulder and Scully go on this rock and they talk but it's about 10-minute conversation. And this conversation is amazing in their relationship. It's kind of another big step forward in the relationship, that we're seeing more about them as characters. And I agree, it's an outstanding script here, and it reveals even more about them. And I think that's what the critics actually loved about this story, that scene. So that elevated it for them, I think. And I kind of agree with them, but I enjoyed it as it was, because it plays out to a lot of those sort of things that we do know happen. In terms of, if you get a myth and you've got the monster there, you can make money out of it. Yes, you can create the mythology behind it and do well out of it. And as we see, you've got all the souvenir shops and all that kind of thing is all there, which is what the Loch Ness Monster is like as well. And I kind of like that, because it's tapping into that. But yet, and I like this at the ending, you're still not 100% certain that you know, there is a possibility that there is something there, that there is something. And we want to kind of hope that there is, because it could be like this sort of prehistoric creature which has survived, and it's surviving. This is what we like, but, it's getting the evidence, and people try and look, and we get all that in this story. People have become quite obsessed with finding that evidence to prove that there is something there. And I like that. And the ending was just a nice touch, I thought, to it. A very nice touch. So this story, for all its critics of saying about aspects of it, and then the good part of it, I really enjoyed it. Even the bits they didn't like as much. I think it really goes, taps into it, all that we get surrounding all this, building up the mythology in that area. And it's good for the economy. It's good for the people around there. So I like that. I like that bit. But as terms of the character development between Mulder and Scully, then yes, you have to say that was an important scene. There's even references to Moby Dick as well, which was put in quite deliberately and in an interesting way. But yeah, this is quality writing. That scene everybody focuses on, it is really good. So overall, I'm very happy with this episode. I'm not putting it down on it at all. I'd say it's just above the average. It's not quite, for me, that top notch, but it's just below, and it's certainly above average. Yeah, it's hard to put it all in there, and I enjoy it. But to be honest, even those episodes that have perhaps been a bit more disappointing, I've still enjoyed them. And there hasn't been, so far, that really, really bad episodes. I felt this is a good series. This is very good, this season 3. Very happy with the way the stories have developed and the character development. And this is all part of that. And I think we should give Chris Carter a lot of credit as the showrunner for knowing what he wants from this series, encouraging the writers, people like Darren Morgan, who are very much pushing the boundaries in many ways of these stories. It's really good to see. The X-Files is really on form. I think it is. And that's why it became, the popularity just rose and rose, and it became something of a cultural phenomenon as well for a time. even in the UK, it certainly did. It captured certain imaginations about things. It was there at the right time. We were looking for some series like this, and it just worked. It just worked, and people loved it. The audiences just wanted more, and they were more than happy with it, and they kept producing them. So that's it. Yes. So before I go, I always show you mine. There it is, almost season 3 little box set. There it is, within the big box set. All these wonderful Blu-rays. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. That's it. So, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and we'll let you know when I put out these videos. And if you look in the playlist, you'll see all the X-Files that I have reviewed up to this point. There's a lot there now, but I do a lot of reviews of films and TV shows, and sometimes a bit of music as well. And if you like this video, please give the video a like. It gets it out onto YouTube, and it's good for the channel, so other people might enjoy it. And if you've got any comments, please put the comments down. I love to read your comments, and I'll always reply to them. And that's it. So all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.